Got a table full of parts. Quarters. There's a pinch bolt here too, just 1/2 inch. Wow. That's just a bolt and washer, hollow. And we got the pinch bolt off. Top triple clamp. And then a washer, another washer. Spanner nut, little plastic cover. Yeah, bearings are falling apart. Little ball bearings are falling right out. Yeah, they're basically just sitting in there. I guess that's the way the bearings are. They're different now, but top one doesn't seem too bad. At the top, that's just the race. The bearings race around there, and the bearings are just sitting in there loose. I guess that's how they worked before. Okay, it's time to take the head off and look at the top of the piston. These studs are 9/16. Okay, I don't know, that's a lot of carbon there. I'm gonna have to pull the cylinder head off and look at this. Not 1/2 inch, not 9/16, 12 millimeter. Piston moves freely anyways. Cylinder looks nice. Got different size nuts. That's why it's confusing me. These two back ones are 12 mil. Huh. 14 millimeter fits them better. The other side there. Oh, there we go. That's a pretty nice bore. You can see all the honing marks on it. Yeah, you know, I think
Even the piston looks pretty decent.
all right. So my buddy who's a mechanic dropped by, and the cylinder looks really good. Nothing wrong with it at all. Piston, he said it's an aftermarket piston. So this as a newer piston, and there's nothing wrong with it. Rings are good, piston's good. The piston rod, everything, the bearings are good. There's no play in the crank. So I might just, you said I should change the crank seals out. So I'll be going into the side and checking that out and checking out the clutch anyways. I might replace the clutch and the ignition. We'll check that out and replace the seals. And then it should be good. Clean up the piston a bit. They're running a little rich. I gotta get new gasket set anyways for the cylinder and figure out what it needs for the head. I'll probably need new gaskets for the clutch side, and not sure what they got here on the ignition side, but we'll see. Get a whole new set of gaskets. In the frame, I got a few more things. I got the swing arm to take off still, and the rear brake and the skid. And then I'll deal with that. Once I get this frame cleaned down and painted up, then we can start going little piece by piece and putting her back together. Alright, time to take the swing arm off. Bearings seem solid on that. No clunking, no nothing. I like that they have a grease nipple there, that's pretty cool. 3/4 inch. And we need a breaker bar. Alright, doesn't look like there's been any water in there or anything. Swing arm. Have to take that apart and check it out, the bearings and whatnot. And now we got the rear brake pedal. Got 2 bolts here. And just a plate that the brake pedal mounts to. Looks like it's peened and riveted, so that's all one piece. And then you got the spring that hooks under here and under the front of the brake pedal there. These are 1/2 inch. And it looks like the little adjustment screw is missing from the bottom that stops the brake pedal at a certain height. And the end of the brake is definitely bent. It's supposed to be straight, and straighten that out. Rubber grommets. This has got where the skid plate was mounted on, there's a bracket that goes through the motor mounts. 2 motor mounts hold this bracket, but this bracket comes right off. So the only thing I have left to take off is the foot pegs. That's just a cotter pin and a pin. Take those off, and I think that's it for the frame. That spring just hooks on the lip up top here. And then against the piece here. Just draining the oil. Yeah, I know I should have drained it at the very start, but I forgot. Draining the oil out of the tranny there, the gearbox, so that I can take the clutch side off and check on the crank seal on both sides. Gonna need a puller. I'm not sure if I have a puller or not, or I'll have to get one. And then I got to clean up the piston. I got to clean up the gaskets, and then wait for the gasket kit and seal kit to come in. Alright, so the frame is completely stripped now of all the parts. So now I'm going to set up some poly, and I got a blanket, an old blanket that I'm going to lay down on the poly, and I'm going to clean this frame up and then strip the paint off. We're going to paint it black, bring it back to original black again. We'll go piece by piece, and we'll be able to restore each little piece, put it back on the frame, and she'll start to be coming together. Got a few things on order that I gotta wait for. Got a table full of parts. I'm gonna paint the handlebars black again. Clean up the rest of this. Scrape and sand the tank. Put some stickers on it. I'm gonna figure something out with that seat cover, whether I get a replica or what. Starting to come apart in a couple spots, I noticed also. I'm waiting for new plastics. We got more of the many parts to this bike. I'm gonna strip down and paint the swing arm. It'll be black again. Clean up the pipe, paint the pipe. I got new plastics coming, like I said. I'll have to look into maybe a new pipe or a silencer. And I don't think I'm gonna put that center stand back on. I gotta find a kickstand. Clean up the rims. So it's coming along.